Let's wait for more people to join. Man, oh man, what are we gonna do? What are we gonna do? What are we gonna do? What are the New York Knicks going to do? What are they going to do? I don't know, guys. It's not looking good, man. It's not looking good for the New York Knicks at all. It's not looking good at all. New York Knicks lose to Toronto Raptors 125-116. They have now dropped 4 straight games. They've dropped 2 straight to the Toronto Raptors. Raptors beat them a week ago. They literally had played them like 3 times in the last 3 weeks, and the Knicks have lost to them twice now. The Raptors give the Knicks a hard time, but this game, to me, is all about coaching. It's all about coaching. This game, to me, is all about coaching, man. It's all about it. Big task in the chat. This is embarrassing. I know, man. It is. Obi Toppin has been playing really well these past couple of games. And for him to not come in the game the entire third quarter, let's get that straight. Obi Toppin did not come into the game until the fourth quarter. And then the Raptors, he was playing well in the fourth. Raptors went on a little run, and then Tom Thibodeau pulled him. I mean, it's the same song and dance year in and year out with Obi Toppin. Look, as long as Julius Randle is on this team, he's not going to play extended minutes. It's honestly a disgrace, especially when Obi Toppin was, single-handedly getting the Knicks in the game in the first half, hitting his threes. You can tell he's playing with more confidence coming back from his knee injury. And then to not play him the third quarter, that is insane to me. That is an absolute joke to not play Obi Toppin the entire third quarter. I'm honestly speechless. I have no words. I'm speechless. But at the same time, it's the same song and dance now, man. I mean, how many minutes did Obi Toppin have tonight? I'm not saying that lost us the game, but 11 minutes, 5 of 7 from the field, 4 or 5 from 3. Pretty good in my opinion. 14 points in 11 minutes. Well on his way to another good game for Obi Toppin. And for Tom Thibodeau to not play Obi Toppin until the fourth quarter, he really sat him on the bench in the third. You could tell Obi wanted to be in the game. He was standing up on the sideline. He wanted to come in the game. And Tom Thibodeau does what Tom Thibodeau does. I mean, oh boy. Big task. Hardenstein just stands in the paint like a statue. Yeah, man, it's the same thing with Hardenstein. And then I can point to Evan Fournier as well. Why didn't Tom Thibodeau sub out Evan Fournier and put in Quentin Grimes there in the fourth? Why? And then Grimes comes in, hits a 3, gets the lead, gets the Knicks back in the game. I mean, why doesn't it's little things like this. Evan Fournier playing 21 minutes. Manu quickly was out tonight with a knee injury, in case you didn't know. But, obviously they're not going to play Reddish. There's something internally going on there with Cam Reddish that we don't know. But, look, he went to Evan Fournier. Evan Fournier played more than he should have. That's for damn sure. 21 minutes for Fournier. Hit a couple of threes, but he can't catch the ball. He has hands like Nerlens Noel, like Butterfingers. Like, he can't catch the ball. And then you're not getting anything from McBride offensively. Isaiah Hardenstein is a statue and gets pushed around in the paint. And Obi Toppin played 11 minutes in this game. Oh, boy. Those calling for Tom Thibodeau's job, they have every right to do so after tonight's game. It's just games like this that make you scratch your head and make you think, like, what was he thinking? And to me, I was like, bro, 11 minutes for Obi Toppin, that's a fireable offense to me, especially when he's playing well. And I don't know. PR Defcon in the chat, Thibs is too stubborn. Just doesn't adjust at times for whatever reason. So, yeah, man, it's the same thing with Tom Thibodeau, year in and year out. He's going to play his guys. Julius Randle's going to play heavy minutes. Granted, he should. He's a good player. But, yeah, if the New York Knicks are not going to find minutes for Obi Toppin here, if he's going to hover around 11 to 15 minutes a game, trade him. Trade him. Do him a service and trade him to a team that's actually going to play him. because the New York Knicks are not going to trade Julius Randle. We know that. So, big task. The Raptors will go on a 6-game losing streak after this game. Yeah, look, the Raptors have the Knicks number. They play the Knicks extremely well. They're a tough team. And, look, they're better than the record says they are. But after this loss, the Knicks are now 25-23 on the season. Raptors are 21-27. I mean, offensively, the Knicks were fine offensively, but second game without Mitchell Robinson, life without Mitchell Robinson continues to get worse and worse. And the coaching decisions and coaching mistakes by Tom Thibodeau continues to get worse and worse because I don't understand it anymore. I don't. I mean, at this point, he's like, the season's not slipping away, but, 2 weeks ago, we were feeling great about this team. Like a week and a half ago, we were feeling good. They were winning a lot. And then in the blink of an eye, this is what happens to the New York Knicks. This is what life is being a New York Knicks fan. So, Leo in the chat, first I want to bring up Cam Reddish. Cam Reddish would easily fit into the system, especially more than Fournier. You're preaching to the choir, man. Cam Reddish, I mean, it's eternal at this point. Cam Reddish and Tom Thibodeau, whether they had some riff-raff behind the scenes, but that's how I'm taking it, because not playing Cam over Evan Fournier, there's something bigger than just Evan Fournier is better than Cam Reddish, because that's BS to me. I mean, Cam Reddish is a good player. I get it. It hasn't worked out here in New York. You could blame Thibs, player, but he should be playing over Evan Fournier. That's for damn sure. PR in the chat, Obi for Reggie Bullock soon. Nah. I mean, hopefully we can get a deal going with the Raptors. Gary Trent killed the Knicks tonight. This is why I wanted Gary Trent on the Knicks. This is why a couple of weeks ago, me and my co-host Chris were like, get Gary Trent on the New York Knicks. He's nice, man. He's nice. It's going to cost you a lot, but he's worth it. He's damn sure worth it. I don't know why the Raptors are entertaining trading him, but it's frustrating, man. PR in the chat, I know Cam is never playing again, but man, we could have used him. Yeah, I mean, anything but Evan Fournier is doable. And you should have used Cam tonight, and you didn't. It's not going to happen, so it's embarrassing. It really is. It's embarrassing. Oh, boy. Leo, man, you were right about your Toronto Raptors. They came out strong. They played the New York Knicks tough. Came out with a victory. What did the Raptors shoot? 44% from 3. Gary Trent Jr., 6 of 10 from 3, 24 points. Fred VanVleet, the Knicks killer. He's a modern-day New York Knicks killer. Fred VanVleet, 28 points, 80-19 from the field. And all night long, the Knicks were sloppy with the basketball. They had 16 turnovers tonight as a team, and the Raptors actually make you do that. They turn you over a lot. And, Randall had 4 turnovers. Brunson was sloppy. Barrett made some poor decisions. He finished with 30 points. Homecoming for RJ Barrett, but he was efficient tonight offensively. But, sometimes on the court, Barrett made some poor decisions in terms of passing, in terms of, taking contested layups. It's really frustrating, man. Brunson, one of those games for Jalen Brunson, 6 of 15, 21 points. The Raptors played Brunson really well, and they know how to trap him, and they know how to play him. And Jalen Brunson, 21 points, 38 minutes. The mistakes to me in this game were the Obi Toppin debacle. At this point, it's a debacle because I just don't understand it. Like, what are you trying to prove here? Like, I get it. Julius Randle is your guy, and you're not going to play Obi Toppin with Julius Randle. We've already established that. Whether you like it or not, it is what it is. But look, Isaiah Hartenstein is giving you absolutely nothing. 2 rebounds tonight for Hartenstein. He's 7 foot, and you give us 2 rebounds, 2 points. Obi Toppin is balling, and this guy only plays 11 minutes, guys. 11 minutes for Obi Toppin. 11 minutes. 11 minutes. First half, he was balling. He sat the whole halftime. He sat the whole third quarter and did not come in the game until the fourth quarter. And then you got the Grimes situation. And then you got Fournier playing over Grimes in key situations. That's coaching. That is coaching. That is absolutely coaching. And those are fireable offenses in my opinion. But it won't happen because the New York Knicks are still over 500. And it's frustrating. I'm not saying fire Thibs. It's just saying those mistakes like that. I mean, I'm starting to lean towards that. Like, I was like 40-50 against not firing Thibs, but now I'm more 60-40 firing Thibs. So I'm starting to get there, guys. I really am. And the writing sometimes just writes itself on the wall. I mean, Johnny Bryant has turned down jobs here, and he has stuck with Tom Thibodeau as an assistant coach for years now. And you could tell he's waiting for his opportunity. And he knows, Johnny Bryant knows, he's not stupid. He's not stupid. He knows he's next in line. He knows he's going to get that job. He knows fans want him. Why do you think he hasn't left yet? Think about that. PR Defcon in the chat makes you wonder what the Knicks would look like with a different coach and more of a modern scheme. Yeah, they gotta get fresh here, man. They need a restart in terms of they need a fresh coach and some fresh eyes. You know, they need something. They need something has to give. And I know I'm coming on here saying, like, preaching all doom and gloom, like, you know, the season's a waste, blah blah blah. But you know, this Knicks team is talented enough to have more wins than they have. They've squandered leads late in games, and it's games like tonight, which have poor coaching decisions during the games that make you just make you wonder. Leo, the Scotty pass in the fourth shows that Toronto now needs an NFL team, and Scotty can play QB. Yeah, Scotty Barnes is one of those players that, you know, he's talented, but he hasn't put it all together yet. He hasn't. I mean, 19-7 tonight, 6 assists. He's still raw. He's talented. He's still young. He's 21 years old, so he still has tremendous room to grow. Knicks fans don't like him because of what he did last time in MSG, calling Quentin Grimes, saying, you are not him, you are not him. But, yeah, Barnes is one of those players that it'll take time to adjust. Yeah, the fact that Obi can't get more than 12 minutes when you're running iHeart out there to be a turnstile along with Fournier, shaking my head. I mean, you're preaching to the choir, PR. Same happens with Grimes. He's just out there with his defense is needed. They're not running any plays for Grimes. They're not running any actions for him. They're not running pick and roll. They're not. When Obi Toppin's in the game, he's become a shooter because he knows that his time is limited. So, hey, when I catch the ball, I'm just going to shoot the ball because I know I'm going to be in here for like 5 minutes at a time and get pulled. I mean, 11 minutes for Obi Toppin tonight, guys. I'm going to keep repeating it. 11 minutes. Terrible. Absolutely terrible. Oh, man. Life without Mitchell Robinson, game 2. Terrible, terrible, terrible. I mean, you know, where can the Knicks go from here? You know, the schedule doesn't get easier at all. I mean, at all. Let me just pull up the schedule. The Knicks have now dropped games against the Raptors twice. They lost against the Wizards at Madison Square Garden, at Atlanta. Now their next game is against the Cleveland Cavaliers at home. A top team in the East, and doesn't get easier than that. Then you have the Boston Celtics, Brooklyn Nets without KD, hopefully. The Lakers, who are starting to play well. The Heat, who are starting to play well. The Clippers, the 76ers, and then 2 days before the trading deadline, the 7th, you're at Orlando. So I think this is the season, guys. I think this stretch right here, it's going to open a lot of eyes in the Knicks front office, and I think they got to make a move. I do. Leo, I agree with you. Knicks literally have no choice and will have to make moves, and it feels like if they have 500 players, bright future for the Knicks with stack 5 and so many trades off the bench. That's the problem with the Knicks. You have so many guys with potential. Obi Toppin, Manuel Quickly, Quentin Grimes, but then you're going to play your core 40-plus minutes a game. Barrett, Brunson, and Randall. There's not going to be minutes the distributor. Obi Top is not getting minutes. He's not getting minutes. Year 3 now, he's not getting extended minutes. That's it. He's not. And at this point, it's beating a dead horse. So, in my opinion, I came out with a YouTube video today suggesting that the New York Knicks trade Obi Toppin to the Raptors, along with Evan Fournier, plus 2 first-round picks for Gary Trent Jr. Not going to go well with a lot of Knicks fans, but as long as Randle is on this team, they planted their flag on Randle. I don't think they're going to trade him. I don't think this front office has the cojones to do that. So as long as Randle's on this team, you got to open up some spots here. I mean, Obi, 10 minutes a game is not going to cut it. You know, we still haven't seen the potential of Obi Toppin. We've seen flashes, but potential can get you fired. And the New York Knicks front office, they have to make some tough decisions here coming up, and that starts with trading some of the young guys and acquiring talent that has, you know, shown that they're talent, people that have shown that they're talent in the NBA, like Gary Trent. So, you know, I don't know if the Raptors do that, but giving up 2 firsts for Gary Trent, I would do that. You have all these first-round picks. You didn't want to give up all these picks for Donovan Mitchell. What are you holding them for? You're not going to draft the players and play them because drafted Obi in the lottery and he's playing 10 minutes a game. So PR brings up a good point. I mean, can we? Can we play Mitch anyway with just one arm? I will. I will throw out Mitchell Robinson with one arm and see what we can get. See what we got with Mitchell Robinson with one arm. Because the guys that are in there now, Ihart, Sims is playing his ass off. McBride plays his ass off on the defense, but offensively, he's giving you nothing. And, you know, he hasn't been playing well. So Knicks have to switch something up there. That's why I've been preaching here these past couple of weeks. You got to trade somebody, man. Got to bolster that bench. You want to be a playoff team. You want to be a top 6 team in the East. You do not want to fall in the play-in tournament. Now you have teams playing really well. Leo in the chat, I don't know your general manager. I don't know his past, but with the possible moves the Knicks can make, I'll do the roof. So I think you guys are fine, especially if you end up getting a deep rotation. Yeah, the problem with Leon Rose and the front office, they don't like taking too many risks. They like playing in their cards right. They don't like taking risk at all. They just want to go with the flow. They run the Knicks here for the past couple of years like they have time. And whether they got that edict from James Dolan, that they have time is on their hands. Look, they're building this thing slowly. But, you know, when you're committing a lot of money to Randle, Brunson, and Barrett, that's a window, in my opinion. You gave yourself a window there. Bolster the Knicks team around Barrett, Randle, and Brunson. What you're telling us, since you've signed them to an extension, all of them. So go out there and acquire more talent now. Build a team around them, since that's what you're telling us. Use your picks. Use them. Since you're telling us that those 3 are the guys. Use them. Use them. Trade them. I don't know, guys. PR in the chat now. Will Thibs play whoever gets brought in? That's the real question. Could end up being another Cam situation if he doesn't like the front office. Yeah, man. I mean, when Cam Reddish was brought in here, correct me if I'm wrong, I don't think Thibodeau was on board with that, because I think that was a Leon Rose thing, and that's probably why you're seeing why Cam Reddish is not playing. Thibs didn't want him, and he's not a Thibs guy, so he's not playing. And when you're not a Thibs guy, you're not going to play. That's his coaching philosophy. I don't agree with it, but it is what it is. But yeah, if you're Leon Rose, you're going to go to Tom Thibodeau and say, look, I'm going to try to acquire player X. I'm going to try to acquire player B. I want them to play. They need playing time. Look, we're struggling right now as a team. We need to get some fresh bodies in here, and we need to get things rolling here, because, you know, there's going to be other teams in the NBA that are going to want to inquire about these shooters. Trent, Eric Gordon, possibly, you know, another player that we're not talking about. But the Knicks have to get going here, because coming off of 4 straight wins, then 3 straight wins, and now 4 straight losses, with the brutal stretch coming up before the trading deadline. Yeah, I mean, the roller coaster of the next season, it's like they win 8 in a row and they're like, oh, the New York Knicks are back. Everyone's back. And then, they're kind of like coming back. They're kind of like leveling out here because, all along we thought the New York Knicks were a 500 team, and they're kind of like sort of leveling out here. They're 25-23, still in the play-in tournament. Not good enough to be in the top 4 in the East. Not terrible enough to be in the bottom half of the East. This is the problem we've had coming into the season. You're stuck in the middle here, and you're not going to really. This is why you need to trade your picks, man. You're stuck. You've essentially put yourself in mud. You put yourself in mud by planting your flag on Barrett, Julius Randle, and Brunson. Brunson, great signing. The extension of Randle last year, looking back at it, was a mistake. This season, he's playing great. RJ Barrett, okay. You re-signed your homegrown player, pretty team-friendly deal, but do you plan on trading them? No. So you have no cap space. You have no cap space this summer. In order to acquire more talent, what do you have to do? Trade your picks. Trade your picks and trade some of your young players and see what happens. That's all I'm asking for the Knicks from the Knicks front office. That's all I'm really asking. Yeah, we haven't even got through this box score. Let's see. Jericho Sims, 33 minutes, 10 points, 7 rebounds. Solid game from Sims. Barrett, homecoming. You can tell he wanted to get his points no matter what. 30 piece for RJ Barrett. Obi Toppin, 14 points, 11 minutes. And Jalen Brunson, inefficient night for JB. But on the Raptors side, it was pretty much, Gary Trent was killing the Knicks all night from 3. Van Vliet was hitting some timely shots. So was Siakam. And look, the Knicks had 30 assists tonight as a team. They were sharing the ball. 47 rebounds, 30 assists, 116 points, 14 offensive rebounds. They missed 8 free throws, 43% from 3, 48% from the field. It's just that the Raptors were better. They were hitting their timely shots, and that was pretty much the game, guys. I mean, yeah, Big Tash. Serge Ibaka is I believe he's not the same player. Like, if you think of Serge Ibaka, obviously you think of his time in OKC. He's not the same player, which is why the Milwaukee Bucks are choosing to move on from Serge, because they thought they were getting something different, but Ibaka has, Father Time has caught up to Ibaka. I mean, he would be nice on the Knicks, but like I said, if Thibodeau's not going to sit iHeart, where are you going to play him? Where? Yeah. Yeah, I mean, he might give us more than iHeart, considering Serge can shoot, but the Bucks are trying to figure out a situation for Serge. We'll see what happens with them, but at this point, I don't think the Knicks would dabble in that. And last week I would have told you that the Knicks are probably going to stand pat during the deadline, but now it's like, how could you stand pat? I mean, how could you? How could you? Yeah, a lot of people on Twitter are calling for Tom Thibodeau's job. If you're not following me on Twitter at Knicks Nation, really appreciate you guys on there. If you haven't done so already, please subscribe to the channel, join the fam. But yeah, guys, is it Johnny Bryant time? Or would it be crazy for the New York Knicks to move in another direction, considering they're over 500? Has that ever been done before? Has a team ever fired a coach mid-season but they're over 500? Has that ever happened? I don't think that has happened. That'll be really crazy if the New York Knicks decided to do that, but I don't know. I wish I had the answers, man. I really do. it's frustrating. It really is. We all want to see the Knicks succeed, and it's just, big Taz. What about Kenny Atkinson? Him too, but he's in Golden State. I think he likes where he's at, but Kenny has always been a fan favorite, a Knick favorite. The Nets did him wrong by firing him, but I would dabble in him too. Someone young and someone with a fresh start. A fresh mind. The Knicks run their offense as like dinosaurs. Like it's a dinosaur offense. Tom Thibodeau is not innovative at all. He's not creative. He's not doing what other teams are doing. The Knicks have won here. The reason why they're over 500 is because of Brunson and Randall. And, it's frustrating, guys. Mike Woodson. Bring back Mike Woodson. Yeah, man, I wouldn't mind Mike Woodson. I mean, Woody. Man, I miss Woody, man. And that 2012 team when he took us to the second round of the playoffs. I miss that team, man. Woody also, I think was let go too soon. But, it's just one of those things where you think that the Knicks are, going to move on from Thibs after this season. It depends how the season ends, but, I do think they would go in-house rather than hire someone else. Yeah, Mike D'Antoni when he quit on the Knicks. Gamelon, Ime Udoka. I wouldn't do that. I would take my chance with Johnny Bryant first because, guys, I'm telling you, like Johnny Bryant has had opportunities to leave the Knicks and he has chosen not to. So I think he knows, and his agent's probably telling him, look, eventually the rubber's going to hit the road here, Tom Thibodeau. Whether he parts ways with the Knicks or whether the Knicks actually pull the trigger, I think Johnny Bryant is next in line. I do. Yeah. They were 500 at the time when D'Antoni quit on. Yeah, I don't see Thibs going out like that because if Thibodeau quits on the Knicks, he's not going to get another job. There was a survey that came out a couple of years ago. Like, who would you not want to play for the most? And guess who won that poll? Give you guys a wild guess on that one. Tom Thibodeau won that poll. So, yeah, NBA players don't want to play for Thibodeau. They don't. The Knicks are going to tell you otherwise. And Thibodeau has done some good things here as a New York Knicks coach. Brought us back to relevancy a couple of years ago. 4th seed COVID season. But last year wasn't too great. This season, it's been, it's been high, it's been low, but it's just that when the lows hit, there's like Obi Toppin 11 minutes tonight. Quentin Grimes not being in the game other than Evan Fournier in certain situations. Those are lows. It's like when Thibs has grudges against certain players, it's a wrap. You're not playing. You're not playing. If Tom Thibodeau has a grudge against you, you're not going to play. And you see the situation with Cam Reddish now. And, even other players that have left in the past, they've thrown like shots at Tom Thibodeau. And whether it's warranted or not, but you see when like Cam Reddish posted like a cryptic Instagram post yesterday. Hold on, let me pull it up. Let me pull it up for you guys. Yeah, here it is. He said, snakes in the grass, no hesitation, run them over. And then he posted a pic of him in the Atlanta Hawks hallway. And then he posted another pic of him in the New York Knicks hallway. I don't know. A lot of people saying that he was talking about Tom Thibodeau regarding that post. So, it's something we have to monitor, something that we have to look at come in 2 weeks, the trading deadline. I do think the Knicks will try to move him. And I hope, please, that it's not for Reggie Bullock. Please. If they trade for Reggie Bullock, expect the New York Knicks to just not do anything else. That's their guy. That's who they think is going to come in here and fill the Miles McBride role, who can shoot the three, but Bullock is having a bad year offensively and defensively. They're going to, talk it up like, oh, he has chemistry with Randall and Barrett. We miss Bullock, blah, blah, blah. But if they do that, I mean, I don't know. I wouldn't agree with that. Yeah, Thibs' grudges shouldn't get in the way of potential wins. It is nuts, man. Tom Thibodeau has too many grudges towards players. Now the New York Knicks are number 7 in the East. The Miami Heat are a full game ahead of them. They are number 6 in the East. The Heat are starting to play well. Hawks are starting to play well, and the Knicks are losing these games that it couldn't come at a more terrible time. It couldn't. So, Heat have more talent. You can argue that they have more talent than the Knicks. They're better coached. Eric Spoelstra. The Hawks, obviously, you have the 2-man guard situation with them. Knicks better watch out here, man. It's not gonna look pretty if they keep falling down these standings. It's not. Hawks, Pacers, Bulls, Raptors own the Knicks, so they're 21-27. I don't care. I mean, we still got a lot of season left, so you never know what can happen. So Knicks got to figure something out, and hopefully they can make a move here or 2 or 3 come trading deadline. But in my opinion, they cannot stand pat. But probably gonna wrap this up here, and frustrating loss for the New York Knicks. They now drop 4 in a row. Next game is against the Cleveland Cavaliers. Once again, appreciate you guys for tuning in. If you haven't done so already, hit that subscribe button. Like the video. Appreciate y'all once again. PR in the chat, Big Task, Leo, all y'all for tuning in. Yeah, man. Hopefully the Knicks can do something, turn this around, because it has not been pretty, and it's always let's go Knicks, guys, though. But until next time, I'll see y'all guys next time. Peace.